What's going on YouTube? This is John from Emphatic coming to you with the latest Emphatic War Recap. This is a replacement war for our Week 11 matchup against the Dark Knights 112-113, and what this basically is Annihilate's done being Annihilate. They like being the Dark Knights better. We know that pretty much the CWL would not allow them to war as TDK, and they had a late war in a Thursday night, so they just ended up forfeiting the CWL matchup to us. And we matched as Emphatic Elite versus the Dark Knights. So while we got the CWL win, we took the loss here, 112 to 113. Look at that percentage difference. We had more than 0.5% higher, so that kind of sucks. And we did this as a regular spin too, so everything matched up. I think we matched it within 3 minutes, so it was a real thorough job by their side to match us. But let's just take a look, and really we had 4 Town Hall 10v10 triples, and almost had 5 and 6. Let's see here. It was 10. This one was missed by 1 minion shot, literally at the last 1 HP on elixir storage. And then we had another one that was really close. I think we had one that was closer than that. I don't remember anymore. But we had 2 really close raids. So we ended up with 4 10v10s. We ended up with an 11v11. But it was really like a story of 2 wars. We had our troubles continue at Town Hall 10v11. I think our percentage was pretty rough. Basically, we got to figure out how to plan for those and help those guys along. We were 4 of 17, so only 24%. Or wait, no, that's 10v10. 10v11, 2 stars, 31%. So 5 of 16 hits. So that's a lot of Town Hall 10 hits wasted. And then we had a dip 3 Town Hall 9s. 2 our 9s did not have a great war. In fact, most of our 11 attacks were fresh. So great job to those guys being 100% on their dips. Way to adapt to not having the scouts. So really, we had a great performance of our 10 out of our same Town Hall hits at 10 and 11, but we couldn't get over the hurdle of the rest. I think if we had some more Town Hall 10 hits, we would have been great. But let's get into it. We will start with the 11v11 triple. That's Asuka. And he's coming at this with a Suicide Lalo. I think his timings were a little bit jacked up on the start of this, because you'll see why in a moment here. It's because he takes a little bit to get started. There we go, there's Queen. Sends a baby dragon down. The baby dragon, I think, was supposed to funnel this side, but ended up going right into the air defense. Then the giants came down, but the Queen's already being targeted by 1 cannon, and actually not the archer tower. Wall breakers come in, break the wall for the air defense, and nobody uses it. Thankfully, the Queen snaps to her archers for once and goes and targets enemy Queen before the Expo takes her out. So the Queen and air defense are down, and we're ready to start our Lalo portion. So he gets the balloons down first. Sends in only 2 hounds, it looks like. And he's going... Oh no, there's 3 hounds. One of them's taking shots from the Eagle. Gets the Warden ability up, and that protects him actually from both Infernos. I think only 4 loons were taking beating on that. And rages and hastes him all the way through. Freeze down on the Eagle and a couple other defenses. Got an archer tower, so got a little bit extra value out of it from the Eagle. And it looks like the Tesla popped the final hound at the last second. And then they got a little bit of a slow go here going to get this archer tower. And there's also a witch that's causing some trouble, but thankfully a minion pops in and gets her. And that'll be that. So this was a good raid by Asuka. It was just one of those 10s we just couldn't get down. We do have a 10v11 or 2 hit that I really liked. Let's see if I can remember. DL had a good one. Beans was beautiful. Beans, I think I'm going to show. Bean, RM, Smokey. We'll show Bean and RM. Bean had a beautiful walk here. I think this may have been the base. I don't think this was the base we tried a queen charge at first. Apparently that's not the best of ideas. Sends in a couple hounds get a lure, which is a golem loon. So he's going to get the queen out there. Queen already takes out the Tesla. And she should be out of range out of everything except maybe that cannon when the golem gets there. Okay, yeah, so she's in range of the cannon. Gets the poison down for the balloon. And she is going to take out that dark elixir storage before turning on the golem and taking him out. So she should be fine just sitting there absorbing that damage. We're going to speed this up because that's going to take a little bit. There we go. So she is now working. I'm going to start her walk. I think this is a closed queen walk. Gets a giant down to absorb some fire from Arch Tower, so that way she doesn't have to burn the rage or anything yet. So this is a good move on his part. Queen stepped out of another Arch Tower's range, starts picking back up. Ends up hitting into the Expo. But she's able to fight through that as well. And now we have wall breakers coming in at 6 o'clock. As Queen is working her way up. She's staying out of Queen range, so that's also helping her along. Now that Queen is tanking, we send in King and bowlers. And I think they're going to get a rage right out of the gate here to start building that big funnel. So the Queen pushes back up. We still got 3 more wall breakers. Got a jump, or a couple jumps, we got some rage. And he sends in the wall breakers, and unfortunately that's not enough for these white walls. So he sends in the Valks, make sure that they target that wall piece. They come running in. Both jump spells are down, Quake is down. We are going to pop the rage, and they're going to trip up 2 giant bombs, really get hurt from that. But they manage to stay out of the Eagle's range. Drops a freeze on the final Inferno, and there we go. So this was gorgeous right here. And the Eagle finishes off the Queen. So, nice hit to Bane. Then we got RM here. Another Valk dive. So the balloon catches the Sam. Unfortunately, another baby dragon eats one. I don't know if that one was scouted or not. It's essentially like a light baby drag. Golem comes down, followed by Queen. She's going to push her way in. Unfortunately, he's not going to be tanking that double cannon, so that's going to hurt. But it looks like Queen's going to target that relatively quickly. Or she might stay out. Okay, there she goes. So that just took a nice quarter of the Queen's health. But before it gets the second volley off, she takes out the cannon. Golem is gone. Queen pops her Billy. She finishes building up the funnel on her side. And we got a Golem and a Giant down on the bottom. Queen finishes off that Wizard Tower, it looks like. Oh, she did not get the Wizard Tower down. But Bowler's under rage. I created a nice size funnel for her, or for the rest of the kill squad. Just stuff is falling down like crazy. We get the Valks coming in, taking a little bit more of the rage. Another rage is down. They're going to shred through the wall. So he doesn't bring any wall breakers, just lets the Valks do their thing. Jump spell down, rage down. Crazy how they went mostly right in there. Oh, no, actually, you know what? I think this was a clutch raid. So some Valks got in there and did some damage. But the King wants to go get that camp. Bowlers take it out. Then King decides he's going to turn around onto that Town Hall and just take it out. So really a clutch hit by the King there. And Baby Dragon dies before getting another percent. So nice hit to RM. Alright, so let's see here. was that? Oh, that was Ngok. Chief Logan. This was a hit base that I hit fresh with Bowler Witch, and actually, because I was donating poisons, I forgot to take my second jump. Got a 97% on it. So we're like, yeah, this plan's pretty viable. So Chief Logan comes in here, switches it up. We drop the Quake in the middle, but he actually brings some wall breakers and sends in a Hog to tank so the wall breakers can get in there. But he makes sure to pile up on the bowlers to make sure that they can start building the funnel. Sends in that Hog so that way it pops the Tesla and distracts the Wizard Tower. Wall breakers come in. Looks like he may have got lucky with trap there because I see a spring popped on the other side. First Wizard Tower's gone. We get our heal up. Second rage down, or hit jump is down. We had 2 or 3 of these hits, I think. Bowler Witch hits. That just crush these bases. Adding that little Quake in there is a nice little trick, but he didn't really need the Quake there. Town Hall 10 gets 2 jumps off on it. So it's something you really got to think about still with your bases on is you still want to try to force 3 jumps, even though the people are using the Earthquake to weaken the walls. But that may help save you from a 10v10 doing Bowler Witch on you. Up next, Rizzard getting hit by Jack Ralph. And here we go again with another Bowler Witch hit. This is a really strong hit to use on the new meta. Gets the witches down. And we're going to drop that jump. And I think this is mostly made possible by that new heal spell. Which, actually, you know what? Jack's not even sporting yet. Jack's got to get that farmed. Especially with how strong Hogs are now because of this. You see a bunch of bowlers want to break off. But we still got a bunch inside, chucking rocks under rage at the wall that was weakened up with the Earthquake. King gets in there to handle the last Inferno Tower, so a bunch of bowlers ended up not taking the brunt of a damage, and he's got this base pretty much gutted. Friendly Queen is on the outside, working her way up to the splash. And that's just going to be cleanup and game over from there. Keeps the Queen off that Hound, so hit on the Hound is really... People are really starting to exploit that Hound now, and really it just comes down to how to handle that CC. Like if it's a Dragon CC, we're just bringing the Queen right in the middle of the base, but if it's a Hound, easily leave her out. So we got Sig with the Hogs on 22. Bowler Witch ended up being a main attack of our 11s too that we're having hit fresh. I think GLB is the only one who rocked. Actually, GLB and Boom Shakalaka sported the Bolalo, but Boom also did his second attack was a Bowler Witch, whereas Blaine did both of his with the Bolalo. So we send in a wall breaker, get the spring. A couple more wall breakers come in. Queen's going to go up and get that Inferno, and it looks like she will probably trigger the Clan Castle. While the Golem takes out the tanks for her. Sends in a second Golem. And Golem, instead of going in after that Wizard Tower, goes after the Arch Tower, which is pretty cool. Which draws the Hound and Loon to the Golem. And hopefully the Queen goes after that Inferno before she gets attracted to the Hound. Looks like she will. Pops her ability. Inferno's down. Takes out another Arch Tower. And there's a nice big canal up here, so... It looks like Keen and Valkyrie are just going to go up there to go get the Queen. So, really, really, really strange base design there. I mean, general rule of thumb, you leave a canal somewhere, people are going to use it. And it just was not trapped or defended well enough in this case, because it looked like maybe 4 Valks and a Keen. They went up there, took care of the Queen. Rage, heal, and freeze down for hogs. They get hit by a bomb, but end up going right into a heal. You know, only a level 6 heal here still. But still, with these air defending heavy bases, you're really leaving it open for hogs, especially because he's leaving like literally no space for springs inside the base. They might be all outside, and he might end up still finding a couple bombs outside too. So really, these low-level 10s need to be focusing more on defending these hogs. And we got Vortex with a really early triple too. I think this one maybe 2 hits on it. So we end up getting Eve to scout for him really early. Get a couple boulders down, start working on the archer tower. Nice little bit of funneling created. So there's a lot of junk. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for that archer tower. Wall breakers are starting to come in. Fortunately, they still target the same wall despite their target going down. And here comes the water bowlers. I think some of them are going to walk here. Oh no, they decided not to go for that camp. So they're inside under rage. Jump spell is down. There we go. Oh, jeez. Those are crazy bowlers. And first Inferno's down. Bowlers are going to reach all the way, like, that kill squad is 40% easily by themselves. And they're still going. They're going to try to take out an Expo here. So it's a big help to the hogs. We get a freeze down for the hogs. Still in a heal when they hit the giant bomb. Take out the Inferno. And they're going to actually hit this bomb tower here. Get weakened up. But the Expo's gone. This base is so crippled. They're left with 3 cannons and a bomb tower left that can hurt the hogs. And he's got a heal for them. And a haste spell. So let's speed up. I don't even know if he's going to use his haste. Oh yeah, he just decided to drop it at the end. The end. That's a good hit by Vortex. Carnage got hit by Root Axe. I like showing bad attentions right. I don't know how this one went, but probably was a late one. I don't think he's using that Ice Wizard because it is a regular spin. If he did, then rip. I don't know why they didn't give us those back. Maybe they're going to put them in the Night Hall. Oh, I can see that happening. Throw those Ice Wizards in a Night Hall. Ugh, the Builder Hall. That's upsetting. Because apparently there's a photo leaked that Galadon's going to go talk about Builder Hall 6. I don't know if that's a true leak or not, but we'll see. I guess that's what happens when you get like 8 or 9 Builder Halls built up before releasing the first one, which you could tell anyways, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that says coming soon, like 4 different hero levels. And I think your cannon, the bar for your Builder Hall 5 cannon is just so far short of what you should be able to upgrade it to. So, get a nice little funnel going here. I don't think he's using any bowlers, is he? He's probably going to mass hog this base. A couple balloons coming out to take out a couple buildings. With these Town Hall 10-like islands. A bunch of hogs in already. Nice tanking giant here for these Tesla farms. But I think the rest of the hogs were a little bit too late. However, it does pop them all. And we're just going to speed up. I am going to show Riot 6-pack because that was a pretty quick 6-pack. And wasn't using the Witch Slap or nothing like that, although I definitely do condone the usage of that attack. In fact, I ended up running a 9 for Fury this weekend, and I 6-packed in 45 minutes. in the first 45 minutes of the war. You just doing 2 witch slaps. It's pretty strong attack and definitely should be, I think, exploited. You know, I'd rather see those triples than a sexy raid designed for YouTube just fail. Miller, I think I heard, had a great raid on this. Miller, one of our newer members, we're very happy to have. Ooh, that Valk just fell short. And Archer comes up. Archer cannot get that barracks either. But Queen's just going to be eating damage here. 3-point defense is on her right now. So drops her rage. And she'll start working her way up. So, Emphatic Elite right now has a 50v50 war with FPC India that just went into prep, so I get to try to plan out, or do the war plan for that tonight too. It's kind of tough doing all these rosters and plans and all that, and gotta give props to Blaine. He's doing this stuff a lot on a weekly basis, and I end up doing it this week, and it is tough. It's not easy. So I don't think there's not enough that can be said for the amount of work he puts in. It is pretty relieving being done with at least the main season now. Unfortunately, we couldn't make the playoffs, but thankfully, Emphatic Fury did make it, so huge props to them. They defeated Dragon's Rejects yesterday. Unfortunately, none of my accounts are in the clan, so I can't run the recap. I think Blizzard's taking those over, but definitely an awesome deal for them, especially with how rough the season started. They were getting hit, 86 plus stars. They went like 0-3, and then they ended up turning around. I forget what their final record was. Could look it up, but I would definitely start missing out on the stuff. But it's definitely a cool deal to see them because, Baladin, Ellie, Tim, Brayden, they've worked very hard in getting Fury back to life from being just a feeder to a sister war clan. So really, really huge accomplishment by them. Can't give them enough credit. And then with their staff, Blizzard, Mr. Freeze, Eamon hopping on to voice chat and getting a 10v11 party going on. Those guys went 4 for 5. I think that's a big reason for it is leading the charge, getting all. I think I saw all of their 10v11 guys in that voice chat. And one of the 10v11 guys ended up having an extra hit left after those were all done, getting ahead of Tom Bell 10. So, really, really cool, efficient job by you guys. That's huge. We're gonna try rocking something like that with Elite here. Hopefully with this FPCI war, I'm gonna try to get the voice party started up within 2 hours of the war starting. Hopefully that works out. It's tough sometimes with everything going on, but really I think it was a fun season. Of course, it was marred by a whole bunch of BS. Of course we had the War Wheels thing where they end up getting banned. PWC was in there, and again, I think it's another clan just should not have been invited. We end up having all those roster issues when we'd go match up with them, and then the war got postponed. They got a whole bunch of penalty points, and then we still end up having to war them on what turned out to be the holiday weekend. And then middle of the war, they say they're dropping out of the league. So it's like, okay, I gotta try to keep this from the clan. And you guys have us all trying to do this on a holiday weekend. Like, I'm not even at my house, and I'm trying to tether my iPad to my iPhone. And general a war and participate in a war from there, and it's just pretty uncalled for. Then we just recently had 2 more modding incidents go on, and so it just brought out that modding's back and alive. But if you can keep your head off that and just keep the goal in mind. You know, have the clan running strong. Try to just focus on yourselves. It turned out to be a lot of fun, and really, it was a big chore trying to keep the guys and girls minds off the crap that's going on. But I think it really just showed how close we are and how committed we are to fair play. Um, and being as strong of a clan as we can be without having any type of questionable anything going on with us. So definitely proud of them all for keeping up with those ethos. And we've already signed up for season 3. We're not giving up on the CWL despite all these issues, because the issues are going to be everywhere. The only way you can make this better is by being in there and trying to actively make things better, and that's being the example that we are with the fair play, that we won't waver from our beliefs. You know, we're not going to have any type of fight fire with fire type of excuse like we've seen before from other clans when they decide to go that way. So, enough soapbox for me, because I really don't talk too much about any of that stuff, but nothing's going to stop us from enjoying this league and trying to be a positive part of it when so many others just seem not to want to be that way. So, this is something cool that I've seen with a lot of nines for like Face and Fury, is they bring that skeleton spell for insurance. And in fact, I did that for my witch slap hits, because you see those hogs all they hit the modified double giant bomb and just got nuked. So we throw the skeleton spell down on the Tesla farm to start doing the distraction and allow whatever's left of the hogs and the queen to take that out. Queen pops her ability. We're saving one heal left, and that's going to be used on the Expo as the hogs approach, and that will allow him to clean up. So. Nice hit. We're going to watch a second one of Riot's 6-pack, one that got called out as a godly hit from TDK. When he dropped it, it was insane. And it is a quite different attack than the ones you see. You see here he's got the Queen Walk, he's got dragons. I think he's got CC loons, maybe? But Queen is going to walk and take all of these air defenses. King, in the meantime, is going to funnel her away, and then that's his job. And he does have CC bowlers, so they're going to do some damage here, too. Taking away a little bit of air targeting defenses, because they're going to be deployed right into the range of an air sweeper. Finally, we start getting a couple of the healers in and out, the clan castle's out. Being allured to that CC hog. Drop the rage. Queen's going to work her way through. And the bowlers did not decide to go too far. And he's dropped some pretty good wall breakers there, but unfortunately they don't break the wall because of that bomb tower. Maybe if you drop that haste for the wall breakers, they would have made it. I've seen that happen on a couple of shady recaps. So we drop one dragon down. The sweeper's going to target it, and the sweeper's going to say target on it while the main group comes in, and then decides to change direction. So it's going to allow everybody to pinch in on that expo. We drop the haste to make sure the dragons aren't too badly affected by that sweeper. And they're going to work their way through it. So that was nice. Heal spell down for the wizard tower farm. It's going to get the weakened up dragons from dealing with that expo back up to full health, or close to it. And we've still got a rage to power through this final expo. Get it down. And there we go. So we'll speed this up because this base is smoked. I don't think he lost a single dragon. Well, he might have started losing them there against that Tesla, so. I think that's all I'm going to show from this. It was an encouraging war, still being a little bit frustrating, but I think with the 10v10 showing promise and our 11s dipping perfectly, I think we're starting to turn the corner. We just got to fix the other two areas again. Town Hall 9's definitely easily done, and then hopefully we start working on Town Hall 10v11. I get that going, so we get them all fired, and we're definitely competing for the top of CWL Season 3. So that's about all I got today. Thanks for watching.